You just got your Keratin Fusion extensions. I'm so excited for you. First big rule, no washing for the first 48 hours. Super important that we give that keratin enough time to really seal so you get the most life out of your extensions. You've invested the time and money in your extensions, now let's take care of them. Another super important rule, no sleeping on wet hair. Super important for the keratin health. Also, it will create matting in there if you go to bed with your hair wet. Even if you want to leave the ends a little wet, totally fine, and let that air dry. So just take your blow dryer out, get in at your bonds and get them nice and dry. Now that I know you're not going to bed with wet hair, let's talk about your bedtime routine. Definitely recommend a silk pillowcase or a silk bonnet, whichever one you prefer. Pulling it off to the side, mostly just because it's not comfortable, straight down your back in a nice loose braid or a side ponytail. This is also your opportunity to get your second really good brush at your scalp. I don't recommend wearing it up high. I think it's better to keep them in the direction that they sit naturally so we're not creating any more matting while we sleep. You have your new beautiful hair. Now let's talk about how to take care of it. First and foremost, at-home brushing is the most important maintenance piece for you. These are the two brushes that I recommend, the boar bristles synthetic mixture or the straight metal bristles with no knobs on top. These are my go-tos. We want to make sure that you are taking these brushes and brushing all the way at the scalp, keeping those bonds nice and separate so they don't tangle together. Your at-home maintenance is super important to get the most wear and longevity out of your extensions. As we just talked about, brushing in at your scalp, super important to keep the bonds nice and healthy. Let's also talk about detangling our hair. We want to hold on up high and slowly start brushing out as you move up. Detangling gently, not tugging on your hair. Let's talk about shampooing your keratin extensions. We want to apply a decent amount of shampoo thoroughly, using the pads of your fingers to distribute and massage through. Being gentle, but also getting in there and getting it nice and clean. I recommend probably at least shampooing twice, especially when we're stretching out the time in between our shampoos. Then with conditioner, we want to make sure we get a good amount on the ends and the top of your head, but also rinsing really well because we don't want that conditioner staying on those keratin bonds. Now to the fun part, styling your extensions. First, your round brush. I do recommend coming back to that boar bristle and synthetic mixture. It's a lot more comfortable on your bonds. You can use just the synthetic brush, but I definitely like this one a little bit better. When it comes to your actual heat tools, super important that they never actually touch your keratin bonds. They basically will just break them down and that bond is gonna drop. Let's talk about protecting your investment. You've gotten your extensions using quality products, super important piece to get all of the longevity out. There's a couple of ingredients we want to avoid, sulfur being one and benzos in sunscreen being two. We stick to high quality shampoo and conditioner, you won't have to worry about that sulfur. And if you stick to a mineral sunscreen, it won't have the benzos in there either. I definitely recommend the Davines line. Lots of really great options, high quality ingredients equals beautiful hair.